Turn this down for copyright purposes. In the book of Cloud Atlas, it's David something. In the book, one soul reincarnates over 6 lifetimes. And you follow this one soul, and you can tell it's a soul by a distinctive comet-like birthmark. So one soul reincarnates 6 different lifetimes. And you follow that soul from American slavery to fictional 3000 something, all the way to the fall of mankind and after the great fall. And you watch this soul go from descension to ascension in each lifetime. And the journey is not pretty. It's not pretty. It's about, the book Cloud Atlas is about the journey of a soul and all its mistakes. In the movie, the Wachowskis take that same concept, keep everything, like it's very accurate to the book, but they use 6 different souls to take 6 different journeys. Halle Berry, Tom Hanks, you can see it from right here. Tom Hanks, Halle Berry, and then Hugo Weaving, which is Agent Smith in the Matrix. I don't know if y'all know, Duna Bay is super duper popular, and then all these people there, Susan Sarandon, Hugh Grant, all these people are popular. Keith David, that's Silverthroat. That's Keith David. That's anyway. In the movie, is 6 souls going through 6 different journeys. So it's really 6 stories in one story. And the reason why I love the book so much, and the reason why I love the book and the movie so much, is because it speaks past my personhood and speaks to my sourcehood. It speaks to source me, that we are all upon a journey. And that journey, while that journey is infallible, which means without mistake, that journey is full of mistakes. There you go. It's a great book. A great book. I didn't realize it was time already. Great book. That being said, our free will series is supposed to have been over. I only intended if it'd be 8 weeks, but Grace changed my agenda. I was going to tell y'all what I think about free will in the 8th week, and just run. I'm just going to run, Tracy. Glad to see you peeing without a bag and breathing without a machine. She just got to the hospital, so peeing without a bag and breathing without a machine are goals. You hear me? You go to the hospital. Antonio, what's the 2 results you want when you get out of here? To pee without a bag and to breathe without a machine. We can deal with the rest of that stuff, Susan. If I can pee without a bag, and let me add a third one, and eat without a tube. There we go. Eat without a tube in my stomach. If I can do all 3 of those, this was a successful hospital visit. I mean, it just is this. But anyway.
When's the last time I called you trifling?
About 6 months, Jerome.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah,
It's about 6 months, man. You might,
So Tracy, it's not you, okay? It's not you.
Yeah, you might. You might be a year behind, Jerome.
Yeah, I ain't called them a heathen in a long time. So.
Well, no, you're heathen. You about 2 months behind on that one. You about 2 months behind on that. Yeah, trifling. You know this. You got about a year and a half on that one. But heathen, yeah. You don't let too many moons get fooled without calling me a heathen. You understand? All right, y'all. We've been talking about free will, hard determinism, blah blah blah. So let's call this a new series inside this series. It's still the same series, but it's Antonio's View of Time. That's the title. I've already had Grace go to ChatGPT. Grace, you're going to be sharing your screen. I've already had Grace go to ChatGPT and tell us what the hell I am talking about. Because, Susan, when I'm in that mode, you can't tell when I'm talking. You just can't. Susan can, but I am dropping quantum physics, math all over the place, and all sorts of stuff. So here's the deal. My kids, to my Monique, help me out. Unmute your mic. And I do want you to speak. I'll cut your camera on. There you go. You got dog it. You can eat on camera. That's all right. The food falls from your mouth. You understand? You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Monique is the wonderful, wonderful uh, wife and mother of all three of these rugrats around her. And they are unrugrats. They are fantastic. We literally have the greatest kids on the planet. I know y'all got good kids, but y'all kids ain't better than our kids. You know, I don't mean no disrespect, but y'all kids ain't greater than our kids. You understand? Yeah, all right. We really never experienced terrible twos and none of that stuff. Anyway, my kids, to my knowledge, Monique, help me count. Unmute your mic. Help me count. How many times have my kids seen me angry? I had to cuss out my mom in front of y'all. I did. No disrespect. No disrespect. I don't regret that cussing. That's one. Twice, maybe. Monique says twice, maybe. I'll say 3 times. My kids have seen me angry 3 times on this planet. My oldest son has been angry never. I've never seen him angry. Maybe his brother has, but I've never had. And my youngest son, my middle child, Ashton, I've only seen Ashton angry twice ever. Twice ever. Now, him and his mama may say something different, but I have a different definition of angry. Okay. I have a different definition of angry. I've only ever seen Ashton twice angry, angry twice ever. And women don't get angry. Men are just stupid. Did I get that right, ladies? Did I get that right? Women don't get angry. Men are just okay. All right. So it's just like a little bit, a little bit. You're right in there somewhere. Right? Okay. Good women don't get angry. Men are just stupid. Is that a little better? All right. There you go. All right. Then. All right. There you go. Okay. I got one from Susan. There you go. All right. Okay. The reason why I don't get angry, while it does have something to do with my ascension, it has everything to do with what I think about free will and determinism. Now, what is that? It's my view of time. That's the difference. I've been messing with y'all this whole 90 weeks. It's not been 90, it's been like 15. I've been messing with y'all the whole 15 weeks, Otis. I've been messing with you. Free will don't exist. You like, that Antonio. Now it's like, okay, free will does exist. Antonio. I've been messing with y'all. I've been on both sides. I've been Benedict Arnold. Every time you think I'm right here, I've been trading on the other side. I've been awful. I have, that Tracy grandmother say a friend to everybody is a friend to none. Some of y'all too young for that, but some of you folk over 40 understand what I'm saying. You know, if Susan friend talk about Susan other friend in front of her, soon as Susan friend leave her, she gonna talk about Susan too. You know, you understand. A friend to everybody is a friend to none. You understand. My view of time keeps me calm. So I need to give you very distinctly and succinctly, both words are accurate here, my view of time. And I have a very unique view of time, according to, and Grace is ready to show your screen a lot. No, you do. My view of time is there is no past, there is no future, there is only the present. A lot of you agree with that. But what is we call past and what is we call future, they all happen in one go. And this is hard to get. Spiritually, we want to say, oh, yeah, I agree with you, Antonio, but I'm about to get really weird on you. And my view of time says every time something happens to me, I didn't come here to react to what is happening to me. I came here to understand why I am reacting to what is happening to me. I need to push that further. I did not come here to make a decision if Deanna has offended me. I came here to make a decision on why I need to understand if she offended me, what's wrong with me to make her offend me. So consistently, my view of time says nothing is ever wrong because I've done this already. This is why, and this isn't no. I don't mean it. I don't mean to say this as if, "Ooh, believe me, I'm the leader of the call." No, if you test me, or if you know me, or if you give me the Gallup Strengths test, or if you give me the standout test, which was from Marcus Buckingham, is on both Gallup Strengths test, and then I don't want to say broke off, but he did the standout test, which is kind of an upgrade to that. Here's the deal: you can test me 19 times, and Gallup's self-assurance is going to be number one, and standout pioneer is going to be number one. These are the same thing. And it's not because I am so gifted. It really reflects, Phil, on my view of time. My view of time tells me I should never waver in my confidence. Because if it's happening now, I've already figured it out. I'm just here to understand why I am reacting emotionally to something I already figured out. Keep walking with me. I'm not done yet. Remember, this is a camera's on class. I understand Laura is driving in her car. The rest of you motor scooters is violating. Okay. Jalen is okay. You just sent me a message. All right. Jalen's okay. You just sent me a message. Now, I want you, well, but don't get in trouble, Jalen. Okay? Don't get in trouble. You understand. Don't get in trouble, though. Now, everybody follow. My view of time makes me calm AF. Y'all know what I mean in internet language? As duck. Calm as duck. You can replace the consonant D with another consonant if you want to. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. So, what is my view of time? I am going to post it in a very, very Antonio, why did you just let Grace post what she got, Antonio? Don't why are you posting that? I'm gonna post it to you in my way first. And then we're gonna all thank the stars that Grace translated. I sent it to her 30 minutes before class. Grace got the translation. I'm gonna read to you what I have. And Grace is gonna be like, I ain't understand the words you said, Antonio. And then she's going to then read the 10-year-old version and be like, I kind of understood what you said, Antonio. And then I'm going to explain it anyway. Here's my view of time. Well, so quantum relativistic synthesis of time. It is to unravel unified temporal framework. So what does that mean? That means I have this quantum mathematical view of time that is coupled or married with Einstein's general theory of relativity. So quantum relativistic, that means quantum and Einstein. Now, everybody's going, why the hell you ain't said that in the title? I mean, you could have just said that. That would have been easier. But quantum relativistic, I wasn't talking to y'all. I was talking to scholars or whatever the hell I was talking to. Quantum relativistic. Synthesis is a big word. Sin meaning the same, same, synchronize. Chronos is time. So when you synchronize, you same time eyes something. Oh yeah, getting it. Y'all remember the movie Akilah and the Bee? You can spell anything if you just know that, right? Okay. Same time eyes, right? So my view of time works like this here. It is a thesis proposed of a revolutionary model of time. I can't read it in the chat. A revolutionary model of time as non-linear. Most of you spiritual people believe that. Omnipresent continuum. Omnipresent. That means, and I want my kids to listen to this. I want Monique to listen to this. Omnipresent means there's something about time is all over the place, all reaching ever forth, where past, present, and future are not distinct divisions, but coexist in a multi-dimensional space-time framework. Let me break it down just a little bit. I believe the past, the present, and the future are not a thing. What I believe about time is that they are a coexisting thing, like a breast and a nipple. You can't separate either one. It's only if you're sorry. I couldn't think of nothing else though. Sorry. But you can't though. You can't take a nipple off her. I mean, I guess you can, but it's no longer a breast. It's no longer, sorry. Or like a foot in toes. You know, well, there's plenty of people that cut toes off a foot, but it's still a foot, ain't it? And the mind will get phantom limb syndrome, in which the person who has the amputation will still feel their toes. And we all know this to be true. Why? Because time, Susan, does not respect that the toes are gone. So what time does is it gets inside of Susan's amputated foot and then tells Susan, on our timeline, our toes still there. So you're going to feel these.
Can't hear you.
That must be, who's that? Ebony said that? She got that Florida internet as usual. Yeah, that's her Florida internet. You know, she got that Florida internet. You know, she got that. It's like you almost think she in like rural Baghdad or something. The internet be tripping. You understand? She don't pay for AT&T. That's clear. That is clear. That is clear.
Whatever.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Anybody over 50 swear by AT&T. You hear me? They won't. You can't get them to. You can't get them to change. Hey, I got a new thing. It's just awesome, and it's it's a new internet, and it's a new cable, it's a new phone, but you got to switch from AT&T. Oh, sir, sir, we will do no such thing.
It's very reliable.
See, I told y'all, y'all wasn't here.
They own the infrastructure.
Exactly. Y'all wasn't here when the government broke up AT&T for being a monopoly, and then AT&T went from Bell South to Singular to Southwest and Bell, and AT&T bought themselves back and came back all over again. So y'all don't understand superior.
Randall Stevenson
service.
is a gangster.
There you go. There you go. For sure. By integrating these deterministic, now what's deterministic? As we've been talking about determinism. I'm saying, Phil, that the general theory, that past is determined, that the future is determined, and that the present is determined. By integrating these principles, Grace, of general relativity with the probabilistic approaches of quantum mechanics, then the research transcends traditional views and challenges that the perception of time as sequential progression. What does that mean? It means 1 second, 2 second, 3 second doesn't exist for me, Grace. That's how you see time. It's not how I see time. I don't see time as counting a clock. I give you a time because you force me to do that because that's what you understand, Ina. But that's not what I believe about time. You just force me to tell you it's 1500. You force me to do that. And I have to respect the use of this universe. This exploration utilizes mathematical formula. I have a lot of nerd math in here. And empirical predictions to propose a unified model that reconciles the macroscopic fixedness of events in space-time potential outcomes. This comprehensive approach not only advances, blah, blah, blah. What does this mean? This means, Grace, that I believe time is fixed and ever moving.
Antonio, is this your definition?
This is my definition. Those are my words. Yes, sir. Those
These
are
are some
my
very
words.
intelligent words you've written here. Very intelligent.
Yes, sir.
They don't mean anything, but they're very intelligent words.
Fair enough. That was an appropriate response, Jerome. A private messenger just sent me a message. Love how sciencey this class is so far. This is why I got Grace is going to bring it down a little bit. Okay, bring it down a little bit. This is all my words. This is right. This is what I do. That being said, here's what that means. I'm actually more accurate about time than the smartest people the smartest people who would disagree with me. If you disagree with me, you're not smart no more because you disagree with me. Not because I'm right, because smart people don't walk around disagreeing with people. That's not what smart people do. I can assure you, smart people are too smart to take time to disagree with Otis. They out there being smart. just so you know. But the moment you start picking battles, you're no longer as smart as you think you are. You ain't got like that. But it's a bunch of broke PhD people. But anyway, don't worry about y'all. I ain't trying about you. Let's align my view, Grace, in 2 minutes, get ready to share the screen, about my abstract. Here's my view, Tracy. If we are moving at something like 36,000 miles per hour, I'm switching to miles per hour, and the universe, Tracy, is ever expanding. So y'all think that the planet is going around the sun. That's not true. The planet is going around the sun while moving 36,000 miles per hour in the future. I need you to get that. I really need you to get. There's no sun, and then the planets are moving around the sun in a still manner. That is not what's happening. Here's what's happening: that the galaxy is moving, expanding, and then the planets are moving in that expanse. And if you really think about that, and it's moving off screen, then you're not allowed to have a fixed time, because the universe isn't fixed. The expansion of the universe isn't fixed. The movement of the planets in an ellipsis is not fixed. So the only thing I have fixed about time, Tracy, is that they ain't fixed. They all exist at one time. Now you say, I got you, Antonio. I got you. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Oh, you didn't like that, huh? You ain't like when I broke it down in your Christian language, huh? Think about this. The universe has been expanding and not close to the speed of light, but very fast. If you don't think the universe is moving, get drunk and see if the world starts spinning. Go and check it out. Go and see when their homeostasis get knocked off. If you can't feel the rotation of the earth. It's a few of us. I know that some of y'all, half of y'all saved. It's a few of us. Otis is on this call. Antonio and Otis, excuse me. I won't leave him out in by himself. Me and Otis had to say, Lord, if you just get me out this situation, I promise I won't drink again. That's me and Otis. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's me and Otis. You understand? Otis got the brand on his arm, I think. You understand? You can't get branded without having a drink or two. Yeah, if y'all don't know, don't worry about that. This means fraternity. Don't worry about it. You ain't worthy to be in his fraternity. The universe is expanding and moving. So, Grace, if the past no longer exists, why can you still remember it? Now, that's a tough question. No. Let's critically think
No,
about
you
this.
said something with that. Now that I just got to thinking, you really said something with that. Because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm moving on, but That don't mean it ain't still there.
It's still there, my man. And not only is
I know
it
why.
still there. Okay, go ahead, Otis. I want to hear this. I love this. Otis and Damali.
Grace remembers it because she had an experience with it. And in her mind, she remembers that experience. And that's why she can recall the past.
I agree with that 100%. Antonio is arguing Grace is still there while she's remembering. Her mind, her body is physically still there, and she has never faded away. She can only remember. Yeah. Thing. I got you, Damali. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound if no one's there? Grace is still there, Phil. That's why it makes a sound, because she's still there. All right, go ahead, Damali.
I was gonna say along the same lines. The reason why we remember the past is because we still, our energy is still there, and we got those phantom pains. As long as we put our focus and energy back on those things that passed, we're gonna get the phantom pains when we're not even there anymore.
Exactly. Now, let me make this make a little bit more sense. Can I make this make a little bit more sense? Do you mind if I make this make a little more sense? Grace says, well, I believe the Lord's blessing me. Interesting. It's an interesting statement, Grace. The Lord's blessing you. Grace, when you say the Lord's blessing you, most of the time, when, like, if time was a geographical time, as in past, present, or future, when do you mean the Lord's blessing you? Do you mean like right now?
Yes.
And tell me what you mean by that. Because do you have your blessing? When you say the Lord's blessing me, do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Tracy says no. I say no too. When you mostly say
He's
God is
blessing
good,
all of us.
listen to what you're saying. It's in your language. You don't want to separate. When you say blessings, you're not saying I got it. You're saying it's in some sort of future that has no end in sight.
Like I'm going to the store. I ain't got there. I haven't got there yet.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I ain't got there yet. Allow me that colloquialism. I know we dropped all this, 21st grade, science. Just allow me that. Just let me hood it up a little bit so everybody can follow me. So, Grace, when we say God is good, Susan, do you mean God is just good right now? Or when you say God is good, you mean like all the whatever good is, God is over there. Susan shaking her head. So if I say, well, Susan, you say God is just good right now, Susan go, no, my God is good when I don't even know he good. And Susan would be correct, yes. And when Susan go, well, God gonna be good tomorrow, Susan would be correct, yes. And when Susan say, even when I'm dead and gone, God gonna be good, and Susan would be correct, yes. Okay. Now I'm playing with your mind, Tim. I want you to think about what we're actually talking about. Susan is saying, time don't make no sense to God. Did I not set that up well? I thought I set it up well. Tracy, did I not set that up well? What if okay, let's we're gonna have kids, we're gonna have a exploration of time making sense to God. Aiden goes, dear God, please let my mama be rich one day. And God goes, man, I don't know what's out there one day. I only know what's going on right now, Aiden. Does that make sense? Is that the God you pray to? No, I don't want to do that. So we all inherently pray and believe that we are always pulling some stuff we ain't got to yet into our future, into our presence that we at right now. Is this correct? Can you imagine Kenneth going, Kenneth's wife come to Kenneth, baby, don't know how we gonna eat in 2 days. And Kenneth go, baby, we got it. And then, because that's what a man got to do. A man has to say, "I got you, Tracy. We got it." A man has to say that. That's what we supposed to do. His wife ain't allowed to come to Kenneth, and Kenneth go, "Oh, we ain't gonna eat, baby." No. That's the woman's job. No offense to you, women. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. But the man must go. You're right, Susan. But I believe that's the man's job. That's the man's job. It ain't no man. If I'm not, hear me well, I'm not taking away from women. I'm just saying when Tracy say, "Baby, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this surgery together," the man's job is supposed to say, "Baby, you got through it before. You're gonna get through it again." That's the man. What's with the man for that's gonna say you're gonna die? That is not the man you're supposed to be with. Okay, so now that we understand that. Kenneth's wife come to Kenneth and say, "Baby, we ain't gonna eat." You're right, baby. But we got this though. Wife go off. Now Kenneth go, "Lord, please." Yep. If y'all missed it, that's the most powerful prayer on the planet. You don't need all them fancy words. Let me give you the most powerful prayer again. Watch it again. Watch it again, Tracy. Please. Did you see it? Yeah, some of y'all. Okay, let me put it more biblically, Jerome. Then they gonna shout, "Lord, have mercy on me." Did it make sense now when I said that? Okay, all right. Have mercy on me. It's 2024's, please. And then imagine Ken going, "Lord, have mercy on me." And God goes, "Shit, I don't know what to do either, kid." We both confused. Come on now. See, I'm trying to show you, you don't believe in a God that is bound by your idea of time. Can we at least agree with that? All right. I'm saying, if
But that's
believe,
but Antonio,
yeah,
that's biblical too. Okay, he's the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. Time is on us. It ain't on God. Come on.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Tracy was like, "Lord, if you could just get me through this surgery, I would really appreciate it." And God was like, "Girl, I don't know what's going to happen with this surgery. I don't even know who's operating on you." That is not what Tracy's God said. That's not. Girl, I don't know. It's COVID everywhere right now. They re-catching COVID, Grace. I mean, Tracy, be careful out here. That's not, no. Tracy prayed and knew that the God that did not respect time would give her time. All right, go ahead, Tracy, because I'm about to make everybody shout if I keep going. Go ahead, Tracy.
I don't even want to say anything behind that right there. Well, okay, because my comment was going to go back to the fact that you said that there's no past and there's no future and it's all present. But then I'm like, but then when we were talking about having a blessing, and then you ask Grace, do you have the blessing now? And I'm thinking, but no, because the blessing, we don't have all our blessings now. Some of the blessings are in the future, right? And we've been blessed in our past. So I'm like, but that means that there is a past and there is a future. So how do we look at it where it's just present?
What a great question. Did y'all hear Tracy? She challenged me, not in like the way we do it, like, "You stupid, Antonio." That's not what she did. That's not what she did. She just did the definition of challenge. "Antonio, I hear you. I have some input. Would you like to correspond with my input?" That's ladies, women, this is how you should challenge your husbands. Not with violence, but with input. Some of y'all can get that later. Don't worry about it. I'm meddling, Tracy. I'm gonna move on because somebody gonna message me some stones in my private messages on Zoom. So Tracy said, Tracy said, "Well, Antonio, I hear you and I agree, but I'm having trouble in my human experience, not seeing this present and future and past as three different things. I'm having trouble with that because I know God doggone well that I gotta go to work tomorrow, or I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, or I gotta go pee tomorrow, and I can't pee tomorrow right now. So what the hell are you talking about? No, that's fair. This fair. Can't none of y'all go pee tomorrow right now? Because if I could, I would sit at the bar all day long and force Phil to pee for me. You hear me? If I could, I would absolutely drink beer as much as I can and leave the consequences to Phil. Phil be going to the restroom every 10 minutes. I drink him to the bathroom as much as I can. If you never sat at the bar and drank, you don't understand. By the time you open up them floodgates, every 10 minutes it's coming out. Some of y'all don't get what I'm talking about. Every drop is coming out. Tracy, you're right. But watch this here. I'm not asking Otis about his human experience. I'm not asking Aiden or Ashton or Monique about their human experience. I'm asking you about your sacred text, because your sacred text, Tracy, says, think those things that are not as if they were. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lean not to your own understanding. They don't like this.
You made somebody leave. I'm just playing.
Wait a minute. I'm just trying to tell you that Trinace's, okay, because Tracy got kicked off. I'm just trying to tell you that Trinace's sacred text says, F all that past, present, and future. Believe in me now and expect in me now, and I will give to you what is now. Did you hear me? I'll do it again because Tracy got disconnected. I'm not saying Tracy wrong. I'm saying Jerome Tracy is correct. There is a past and a present and a future, but God ain't sent Tracy here to believe in a past and a present and a future. God sent Tracy here to be the salt of the earth who don't believe in a past and a present and a future. And God told Tracy, those things that are not as if they were. God told Tracy that I could do exceedingly abundantly above all that you got. I can do this all day long. God told Tracy, forget your idea of time. Whatever you ask, believe you will receive. Now, you don't have to like it, but I told somebody this about an hour ago. I'm going to tell it to you now. It was one of y'all. I'm going to tell it to you now. I said, well, you just going to have to believe that you're not struggling no more. Well, I'm progressing. I said, well, no. Wait a minute. Progressing, that ain't got nothing to do with God. Uh-oh. This is the believer, right? So I said, if this is one of y'all, I said, no, progressing ain't got nothing to do with God. Well, I'm progressing. No. That's a man thing. Let me help you out. I said, and these are my exact words. I said, see, your problem is you ain't at the mountain. So you don't think you made it. But every mountain is connected to every valley. Listen to me well. And I said, you at the lowest point of the mountain thinking you progressing. I said, how dare you think that's progression? The lowest point of the mountain is the highest point of the valley. You won. You just started a new journey. Okay, Jalen gets it. You won. You are no longer valley-minded. You are punishing God because you got to go on a new journey of mountain, and you are not being grateful for the journey you just completed, which was valley.
We call that the Ezekiel experience.
Come on, man. You hear me?
To add on to that, you said that she's not believing that she will receive, but bro, she's not believing that she has received.
That's what I'm talking about.
Has received.
Do you understand how
that's like being mad? You are where you are, but you prayed to be there. Why are you mad about where you prayed to be? You should just keep praying to go further because you made it to where you are now, and you prayed to be there before. That's winning, because the progress was the progress in the turmoil to that point, right?
How dare you? You right, Jalen. How dare you start a new journey and think you ain't made it out your old one? You not progressing.
What
Baby, you
constitutes you made
finished.
it out, though? That's the
You made it
question. I
out.
think
See,
that we all think about,
see
right?
that?
Am I farther enough? Did I do enough?
See,
And that's the thing that
But
makes me hungry.
see.
but let me say something to you on that.
Say it. Say it.
So this is what I'm saying is that when you're dealing with these principalities and these spirits of doubt, which are all demonic,
Mhm.
okay, they will have you believe that you're in your old self when you're already in your new.
That's you. You not only is you 100% right, but that's why you show up to Thursday nights, so you could be reminded that we don't conform to other people's view of the universe. We conform to a sacred view of the universe.
Antonio, it's
Talk to
kind
me,
of
Susan.
entrepreneurship.
You ain't lying. You is not lying. Let me tell you, you want to be an entrepreneur, be prepared to get your feelings hurt. And be prepared for everybody. Oh, Susan, I'm gonna be with you always. They leaving in 2 weeks.
I don't even worried about that. For me, it's the going a month or two, thinking you making good money, then going 3 months like, oh, where'd it go? And then not having no one to ask besides yourself that you messed up. Now that's the struggle for real.
And don't forget that you did everything right during that time. It's not like Jalen was making bad decisions. The sales just ain't come when he was making decisions. Back to Tracy. Tracy, you're absolutely right. But you have to be careful with your human experience and your God experience. They don't align. And you need to make sure your God experience is dominating and forcing your human experience to align with your source experience. There is no time, not the way you understand it, because in order for all of you to become the millionaires and the billionaires and the gazillionaires and the thousandaires, in order for you to get your breakthrough right now, you need to listen to me right now, Ina. You call forth the experience of that breakthrough in your present. Y'all keep thinking you have to earn your breakthrough. And there is not a single sacred text ever. I dare you to challenge me. There is not a Quran, not a Torah, not a Bible, none of them that says, well, I mean, Jerome, if you want it, you got to earn it and prove yourself to me. That's not in Trinace's sacred text. Trinace's sacred text says, and I quote, I can't quote it, but I'll give you the heart of it. Trinace, get out of here with that. If you be stupid, I'm going to force you to get to what you want to be at. I'll rewind it because you didn't listen to me. Trinace, listen to me. Let's see if she's going to listen to me again. Because if you listen to me, you'd have threw out that spaghetti and danced all around that god doggone living room and kitchen. Let me try it again. God told, sacred text told Trinace, I don't give a damn if you be honorary or whatever you're going to do, whatever the heck I tell you to do. And you're going to get whatever heck I tell you to get. You don't believe that? Come here, Jonah.
Oh, it's in the book. Even
Come on,
when we're
Jonah.
not faithful, he abided faithfully because he can't deny himself. It's in the book.
I'm trying to tell y'all that every last one of y'all sacred text says, I don't give a damn about your living situation. I don't care about your feelings. I blessed you before you was born.
Mr. Smith.
Susan,
Mr.
I'm
Smith.
talking today, Susan. I'm talking today. Go ahead, Jerome.
I had no clue you were going to be talking about this tonight.
Come on, man.
I was talking to Grace a few days ago, and I told her I had an experience a few days back, and I was ready to pack it all up.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Get in the car
Listen,
and
them
drive.
experiences that make you pack
Listen
it up,
to
brother.
I'm ready to get in the car and drive. I say, the hell with Density 6, the hell with Antonio.
I know that's right.
The hell with my books.
I get
Listen
it.
to me.
I get it,
I'm in the car, right? So me and her talking, right? I say, but Grace, I said, let me tell you what I ain't gonna do.
I know that's right.
I ain't calling Antonio. Grace, listen to me. I ain't calling it. 2 years ago when I called Antonio, guess what? I messed up big time. Me and the Almighty had a real good. You won't call it? Oh no! I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Lean
then.
on Antonio, then. Lean on Antonio.
Listen to me. I'm talking to Grace. I might even call Deanna, but I ain't calling Antonio because I called Antonio. Listen to me. Oh, it's like that now. I said, look at you. 2 days after I had the conversation with Grace, know what the Lord said?
What?
You all right now? You all right now? All right, let's go. I was ready to get back regular. Yeah, I know, but you was gonna be all right.
And so be it, sir. You feel me? Listen. I'm pressing this point because it deserves to get pressed, Grace. Is that okay? I'm pressing this point because it deserves to get pressed. Here's what I'm saying to Grace. I'm saying, Grace, I hear you. I'm saying, Tracy, I hear you. But God don't care about what you're talking about. Now, God appreciates that you're talking. But Tracy, you act like you Tracy praying for healing yesterday as if it wasn't already given to her before she was born. Oh, see, I don't like see when I act like this, people get a real problem with me. But it doesn't stop me from being accurate. Don't stop me from being accurate. Tracy was healed because that wasn't the end of Tracy's story. Monique messaged me yesterday privately when Tracy was talking. You see Tracy in the hospital? You need to check on her. I ain't see it till it was too late. Let me tell you something. God knew Tracy was going to be in the hospital before Tracy was even born. What is y'all out here doing?
Oh, okay.
Okay, you started to get it.
Okay, because I was like, hold on. So you're not supposed to. Okay, wait. So you're not supposed to pray? Wait a minute, let me get my words right.
Before you finish, Grace. Tracy, did you pray for healing in the 2000s when the Yin Yang twins was whispering all in our radios? Unmute your mic for me just so they can hear. When Yin Yang twins, some of y'all don't know that was a very black reference I just gave, but you know, me and Damali from the SWAT. So Damali understand what I'm talking about. Tracy, did you when Yin Yang twins was doing all that, did you pray for healing?
No.
Okay. Have you ever prayed for healing in your life?
When I've been sick, yes.
And do you think God did not apply all that healing before you needed it? And watch this here, second question. And don't you think God know you want to be healed?
Yes. Because he said we are already healed.
You know, not the bar, the head and not the tail. Before you go, Deanna, hold on. Before you go, Grace, hold on. Let me push this point, Grace. I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to Deanna. The reason I'm saying Trinace ain't got to pray, Tracy ain't got to pray, Grace ain't got to pray, it's because praying ain't the doggone problem. Aiden and Ashton, expecting is the problem. You take your ass to the hospital and expect God to be good to you.
And I just want to say right there, I just want to say, like, it's crazy, like the way the Holy Spirit works, you know, I just believe that because I literally yesterday I said this, I was talking to my friend and I was like, man, I'm in a valley. Like what you just said right now. I was like, man, I'm back in the valley. I feel like I was on the mountain, you know, last year when I was doing everything and achieving all these things. It's like I'm back in the valley, man. And it's like I know what you just said is like you gotta get back to a valley to go to your next mountain. But I'm just like, dang, like this month has been
a valley month, huh?
A valley month. And it's like, okay, what's the next mountain? And when, like, am I climbing it? Am I progressing? Like, what's the deal?
I'm gonna come back to that after Grace and Deanna talk. I'm gonna come back to that. For sure. Valley next time is what I'm writing to myself so I don't forget. Go ahead, Grace. Finish. I paused you because I want you to receive prayer. Damn it, Grace, you pray too much. But you don't expect enough. No. You're going to hear that. Laura, you're going to hear that. William, you're going to hear that. You pray too much, but you don't expect enough. Come to the throne of God boldly. See, they ain't like that, Otis. They ain't like that. See, I'm not outside y'all sacred text. I'm just screaming your sacred text. I don't know what Trinate's going through. I just know that God got it under control. You can get in your feelings all you want to. I know that God cares about her conferences because she cares about her conferences. And God ain't out here letting her not break even or profit on conferences. What's happening in real life is she's learning whatever phase she needs to learn to be the conference queen. And you don't become that without trouble. To quote the great philosopher Mike Tyson, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. Great philosopher Mike Tyson. Catskills, New York. Go ahead, Grace. I'm sorry.
Okay. I wanted to go back, add on to what Tracy was saying.
As you want.
Wednesday I have prayer meeting at church, and they have a section called Praise Reports, Prayer Requests. So the prayer
pray before what?
Praise reports and prayer requests.
Okay, good. Praise report and prayer requests. Okay,
right.
Keep going.
During the prayer request section, someone said, "I'm struggling."
But pull your mic a little bit closer for me. Pull your mic a little bit closer.
Someone said, "I'm struggling." During the prayer request section, somebody said, "I'm struggling financially and I'm struggling spiritually because I understand what the word says." And they said, "What do you do when you know what the word says?"
Can I answer before you finish, or do you need to finish? Do you want my raw answer? Go ahead, finish, Grace. Finish. I'm gonna text Tracy my raw answer so I can feel like I told the truth when I said, hold on, Grace, hold on before you go. Tracy. All right. There you go. Keep going.
Okay, and so I was like, when they were talking, I was like, wow, I was like, I used to be in that place, but now I don't worry about stuff like that no more. Like, Deanna and Antonio know they would hear my breathing would change differently, would change when I would panic about certain things, and now it's just like, it'll get taken care of, whatever. Oh, that was supposed to get let go. That's it. Okay. So yeah. So I just was like, wow. Yeah. That's all.
You first off, you did well. Secondly, you don't have to cut yourself off. Thirdly, that's all. That was plenty. Okay. Trinace, if you don't mind, sorry, because it's two Tracys and I get them. They're both Tracys. Trinace is Tracy to her family, and Tracy is Tracy to everybody. Tracy to everybody. Can you tell them what I messaged you privately?
You said, don't believe, you think.
Okay, thank you so much. That was shorthand. I'm coming to you, Deanna, and I'm coming to Jalen right after. Don't forget what y'all were going to say. I don't have what's going on in my life, but I'm doing what's in the text. I believe what's in the text. Let me tell you something. What you know don't show up in your life. What you believe does. Knowing scriptures is not believing in them. Let me push it further. Knowing scriptures don't mean you know God. You know what they said about God. You don't know God, because God would never leave you nor forsake you. But you stressed out because somebody who makes $17 an hour is calling you to collect money. Your God ain't worth $17 an hour, no matter how much you want to convince me that your God is. Testing, 1, 2, testing, testing. This ain't about knowing God is good. This isn't about knowing I'm doing right. This isn't about knowing I'm a good person. You know who the most narcissistic people on the planet are? People who attract narcissists. Can never get y'all to admit that. Can never get y'all to it. Can never get you abuse victims to admit that you're more narcissist than your abuser.
More?
More. You believe birds flock together in every area of your life, with the exception of when you getting abused. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do on the planet. You genuinely believe that 1 + 1 = 2, that positive and negative, and that magnets attract their magnets, and water goes in water places, and air go in air places. But when a narcissist go into abusive places, you're not me. So you got all these puzzle pieces until it comes to you. How dare you be so arrogant that you have not recognized that God has placed you under that narcissist to get rid of the narcissist in you? That's twice I got to check my mic, Tracy. I thought they kept it on. I think they.
If I wasn't cooking, man.
I heard you. I heard you loud and clear.
You ain't good. If you was good, you wouldn't be with that person. And you literally are out here. Some of y'all offended right now. I promise you, half my call offended. You are literally out here thinking you're a good person with a bad person. Let me help you. Especially you empaths. I assigned no gender to empaths, Susan. I said empaths. I gave it no gender. Especially you empaths. Who you are with is who you believe. I'll say it again. Who you are with is who you believe. I'll say it again. Who you believe, who you are with is who you believe is your God, not the God you believe in. I'll say it 4 times this time because everybody's like, fuck that, Antonio. I don't want to hear that. Let me help you again. Because if your God is so good, why is this man or woman dominating your life and separating you from God every time you get fucked up about your feelings? Let me help you some more. What is sin, according to Tracy? Separation from God. What is separation from God? Is it having sex? No. Is it, or not just no? Is it killing somebody? Not just no. You separation from God, being fucking depressed. Oh, you didn't like that. Letting somebody fuck up your mood. You didn't like that. Waking up in the morning and immediately pulling back depression when God gave you the chance to forget that you were depressed the night before. You don't serve a depressed God. You don't serve an alienated God, an isolated God. You don't serve whatever the hell you think you serve. To be separated from God is to have low self-esteem. To be separated from God is to pick a mate that makes you feel less than God. I need somebody to write that down. Please put that on Twitter. Do something. 2, be separated from God is to pick a mate that makes you feel less than God. How dare you think you're a Christian when you pick somebody that makes it hard for you to be a Christian? FOH. Some of you young folk know what I'm talking about when I say that. You understand. I know my kids do. Go ahead, Deanna, then Jalen. Actually, Jalen, you ready? Because he. Okay. Go ahead, Deanna. Hold on, Deanna. Hold on. I felt in my spirit. I had somebody fucked all the way up. Let me help you out real quick. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Careth not. Not because I'm confident or I have insensitivity, because I ain't said nothing wrong, not even in my cussing. How dare you say you love the Lord and then force the Lord to watch you be lesser than your birthright?
Man, you preaching. Shit.
You wouldn't do your mama like that. You wouldn't dare let your mama see you in that stuff you trying to hide. But you claim to love the Lord and force the Lord to love you in the stuff you trying to hide. Otis, I'm talking today. They're not going to like it. I'm going to get many messages after this call, but I'm trying to tell you about time. I don't get mad about these things when they happen to me because I know I done already made it. If you literally, see, you ain't like that. I tied it back together. If you just genuinely stop complaining about your life and genuinely go, you know what, I already made it. You would align with God's motives and your blessings would align with you. But you know why God can't bless you? Because you align with your narcissistic abuser. You know why God can't bless you? Because you align with your debt.
Okay.
Talk. You ain't bothering me.
Sorry about
You still gonna get this full truth. Hold on, Ebony. Go ahead, Jalen, because Jalen's in the state representative thing right now. Go ahead, real quick, bro.
Sorry,
you
yeah,
got to
no,
be
I was
quick, but just don't get in trouble.
yeah, no, it just reminded me almost what you said to me the other day about just massive action. You know, all the problems that you're having, it's because you're literally like ripping a new skin and going as far as you're going. And you know, I had to think about it when I took a bigger picture and a step back. I said, I didn't do the website for the first time. I never done it myself ever before. I did it in a month. I didn't put all myself. I didn't done so much, and yes, I struggled, but like to be able to do that, that means I'm really doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and it's not that I'm on the way. I'm already here. The shit just ain't been hidden. It hasn't accumulated yet. So yeah,
That's it. I mean, okay. When Jalen was, forget when Jalen was young. Is Jalen a grown man right now?
Yeah.
Is Jalen in wintertime? No. I mean, like, actually, is it fucking snowing outside?
No.
Yeah. You know what? No matter how much Jalen believes, his ass can't skip August or September or October or November. You're going to go through these seasons, and your prayer life ain't going to stop you from going through these seasons. You're going to start respecting that today.
damn.
You're going to start respecting that today. You're going to go through these seasons. You could be a pastor, a Christian. You could be young. You could be Ashton's age, which is 12. You could be my daughter she lost a tooth yesterday. She literally brushed a tooth out her mouth. Ain't no prayer in the world was going to stop that baby tooth from coming out her mouth. She going to go. She woke up in the morning and her face was swollen. And I looked at her, but I didn't say nothing. But I gave her empathy. Then she went to her mom. Well, actually, she went to her mama. She like bust the whole bathroom open. I'm sorry, ladies. Y'all don't get no bathroom privileges until your kids is 20. I'm so sorry. I'm just genuinely, I apologize for that. Okay.
You don't get them there because Pinky 25 and she's coming there and talk. So
but
that's
I stand corrected. Ladies, I'm so sorry. The moment you have a baby, you lose all your bathroom privacy. She busted in the bathroom and said, Mama, my tooth hurt. And came out and asked me for some medicine. What can I do? And the mama said some stuff. I don't know what the hell she said. And 30 minutes later, gave her a toothbrush and she brushed the damn tooth out and the damn tooth ain't hurt no more. You missed it. Rewind, press play. Whole face was swollen. And then what she did was she brushed the tooth out by, and I heard her mama say, gently brush your tooth, baby. And she did gently brush her tooth and she brushed her tooth out. She took away what was killing her. Why? Because God in heaven, or whatever the hell you believe in, told my daughter, I'm going to lose this tooth. You're still missing it. I don't care how good you are, how saved you are, how good of a daughter you are. I don't care about your future. I don't care if you're going to change the world, if you're going down the cross. You're going to lose this tooth. What I'm trying to say is, stop complaining about seasons, because you're not allowed to skip August to get to December. See, they don't want to hear that, Jerome. See, when I talk all like that, they get real mad at me.
Antonio, didn't Paul have a scripture say? Didn't Paul say something about that in the New Testament?
Paul said it.
How his posture never changed when he was going through all that shit.
Paul said, Macedonia, I so appreciate you for looking out for your boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was kind of looking forward to your money. Jerome, let me know if I'm wrong, Jerome. I'm kind of looking forward to your money. Grace, let me know if I'm wrong. But you know what? Shit, I don't worry about your money. Because let me tell you something. Because 3 months ago, y'all looked out for your boy. And then 6 months before that, Phil, you looked out for your boy. But now that you can't look out, but you want to look out, I love that, Otis. I love that you want to look out. I don't need you to have the ability to look out. I'm grateful that you want to look out. King James Version now, no more hood, Jerome. I like to be abased and abound. Come on, Grace. Grace, did I lie? I swear to God, did I lie?
No.
I swear. Whatever state, whatever, I've learned to be
content. Yes.
Come on, Deanna, so you can set up Tracy. So, I mean, Deanna, no. Deanna, hold up. Ebony, you go, because you was in that fire. And then you go to Ebony.
No, I don't have anything to say. It was just you were coming down my street, and I was like, okay, pump your brakes.
Pump your brakes, sir. Ain't nobody give you no key to my door. Oh, no.
Yeah.
When you mad at somebody, it's door. It ain't no door. Nobody tell you come to my door. Okay, go ahead, Deanna. Take your time. And then we're going to set up Tracy. Before you go, Deanna, let me just give me 15 seconds. You're going to go through these seasons. Let me tell you me and Monique job. No disrespect to none of y'all. No disrespect to you, Deanna. Let me tell you me and Monique job. Kids, Aiden, Ashton, Aaron, listen to me. Me and Monique got one damn job. But we failed our kids. Fuck what y'all think. We ain't failed them. No, I just said that to my kids. Listen to me. No, listen to me. Listen to me. Look at me. Me and Monique got one job. To teach them how to get the fuck up when life knocks them down, when we not present. That's our only job. Okay, y'all go back to looking at the camera or multitasking or whatever. No, listen to me. No. Me and Monique's only job is to teach our kids when mommy and daddy ain't there, get your ass up. You say what you want, but that's Phil's only job to his children. Susan's only job to her children is to say, your mama put everything in you. Now, when I'm not there, do what I put in you.
Antonio,
I got you, Phil. Hold on. Let me stop cussing and give it the word. Train a child. Okay, go ahead, Phil.
Well, it's the same thing. We just said it different. We said the only thing we have to teach you is to be self-sufficient. It's the only thing we have to teach them, to be self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient.
It's the same thing. It's just said differently.
Said differently. I just said it like I came from 807 38th Street, Galveston, Texas, 77550. That's all. That's all. Jerome, do me a favor.
To some audiences, that's the better way.
That's the better way. That's the better way. Grace, Jerome, y'all help it for me. Train a child
in the way that it should go. And when it grows old, they will not depart from it.
That's all me.
It's in the book.
Jerome, it's in the book. I just said it with cuss words. It's the same doggone thing. It is. No.
But Antonio, now you know I don't like you using profanity with the book. You know that. But here's the deal. But here's the deal. And this is why, because when I first met you, I didn't agree with you a lot of times. But I have to.
That's usually everybody's first impression of me.
Yeah, exactly. Just like I shared with you before, when I was ready to pack it up and get in the car and drive, and I told Grace, and I told it to the gentleman too. I said, I ain't calling Antonio, because here was the deal. What I needed in that situation, I already had. What I was, come on now. The thing was, I wasn't doing what I needed to do. And I'm sitting there going, I'm sick of this. I'm done with this. But what? What you in charge of? Who got you here? Now who gonna get you where you need to go? So what you talking about? See, but it took me a couple days to go through that. And then when I sat down and thought about it, I said, everything you need, you already got. And then I started going, do. And I went, wait a minute. I got everything right here. You already had it, knucklehead. See? But at that time, I was like, yeah, 2 years ago, when you stepped out on your own, didn't you? You got your feelings hurt real bad, didn't you? So when you listen to me, Antonio, sometimes we need you to punch us in our face like you do, so we can remember we got other people watching us. We got our kids watching us. We got our relatives watching us, and we're supposed to be the example. So guess what? You get a pass on that.
I so appreciate you, man. I so appreciate you.
As long as you keep putting the word in, I'm gonna give you a pass.
I'm just putting the word in there. I'm just doing it from 807 38th Street, Galveston, Texas, 77550. Phil said that for some audiences it works. Grace, remind me to come back to Aiden. Jerome just said something. Remind me to come back to say come back to Aiden. Teenage years. Remind me that. Okay. Remind me to come back to that. Go ahead, Deanna. Take your time.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Say something else, then.
Something else, then.
There you go. All right, then. We're going to come back to Deanna a little bit. Tracy, go ahead. That means Deanna was actively listening.
I'm just going to first say, don't pump the brakes. Keep going full speed, because like Jerome said, we need to hear this. So I'm going back to when you was talking about her brushing her teeth and how she brushed the tooth out, but that tooth is what was causing her pain and causing her, to be swollen or whatever. And sometimes you got to get rid of something that causes you the pain in order for you to be better. And as you were saying that, I was just thinking about this gallbladder. I don't know if y'all remember, I told y'all I was in the emergency room 2 weeks ago. And so from the emergency room 2 weeks ago, it was that. And then, I told y'all, thinking Wednesday challenge has been real fatigued, and, my digestion hasn't, I've been messed up physically and in pain for, I know, months. And I might not have wanted to have the surgery, and the surgery just came up out of nowhere. But I'm like, okay, you said God already knew I was going to have this surgery. And this gallbladder getting removed is taking away the stuff that was causing me the pain, that had me slowing down on doing all the other stuff that I was supposed to be doing, like laid up in the hospital every other week or whatever. And it's like, sometimes you got to get rid of those things that's causing you the pain in order for you to move on. Just like with that bank account, when I was telling you about that, that bank account is jacked up, but the fact that I had already moved on and started building up another one, that kind of, like they say, you got one door has to close sometime before you actually move and step into the other one. That's the way I'm feeling right now when you said that, because I probably would have stayed with them if this hadn't happened.
You would
right. And not moved on and did what I needed to do on this other side. So it's like, shit, I feel like I'm in a valley, but I'm like, this valley is setting me up for my next rise. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be. However, like you said, it's already done and things are being put in place, taking away all those things that's gonna cause me pain maybe in my future. That's my present.
It is.
And that just blessed me right there.
You
So,
understand. You
yeah.
sound like you got your life back from the devil, is what Jerome would say. Did you? Okay, you saw Grace clap. Listen. Let me jump to Aiden real quick. So Aiden is about to be 16 on Halloween. Our kids never had terrible twos or horrible threes or whatever the hell they call them, and they ain't never been bad ever. Aiden 15. Aiden have a whole, his brain could be falling out his nose. And if we can't see it, Aiden gonna be like, I'm good, Mom. He ain't gonna tell his daddy nothing. He ain't gonna tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna, I'm good, Mom. I'm good. I'm good. And then this is, he don't know it, but I know what he lying. Well, his mama know what he lying because his mama carried him in the womb. You can't lie to somebody who had you in their ovaries and then in their bladder. You know, he was break dancing on her bladder. You can't lie to somebody, you know, that was break dancing on your bladder. It's impossible. You know, she always know when you're lying. And Aiden, I know when he lying because he laughed. He don't know I know this, but he forgets that I was a spy for the United States Army, highly decorated. All right, and I'm telling him my secrets. He got this little laugh about him. You know what I'm saying? He won't laugh to me. He'll laugh to his mama. You know what I'm saying? He laughs to him. He laughs to his mama. And I pay attention. I just don't say that, but I pay attention. And I understand that instead of Aiden being rebellious, which is what most teenagers do, he's becoming independent, and he chose independence as silence. Okay, I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to, Jalen about to run around that whole office. I'm trying to help somebody.
Put it up. Put it up.
Aiden's not being rebellious. Aiden is doing what his parents have taught him as he is becoming an individual grown man. His mama taught him silence because that's what she do, because his mama don't want to be a burden. His daddy taught him silence because his daddy's a gangster and don't complain. So when Aiden be silent, Aiden is only doing what we showed him and not what we told him. Everybody get what I'm saying? All right, now watch this. The reason I told Grace around me to bring him up is because I have watched Aiden decide not to always be silent. He don't know I seen it. And he got too much pride as he's listening to me. He got to see, look at the camera. Yeah, he covered his face. I see him. He right there with the blonde locks. He covered his face. He don't know that I seen him already make the decision. You know what? Maybe I will talk to my dad and my mom. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my brother though for sure. I'm gonna talk to Ashton for sure though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to him for sure. I don't know about my mom. I'm gonna talk to Ashton for sure. And what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is I pay attention to Aiden. And I'm just saying Aiden, I said pretty all my kids, but we're just talking about Aiden right now specifically. And I'm allowing Aiden, and his mother is allowing Aiden to be Aiden. Because we don't need to correct Aiden. All Aiden needs to do is have the freedom to be Aiden. So what I have told Aiden was, your ass is mine at 16. Ask him. I've been saying this since he was 13. I'm starting him early, Susan. I told him yesterday, pick your business. He gave me that Aiden look. Silence. Let me show you how Aiden do it. I can't hear y'all. This is what Aiden do. Because he likes his locks in front of his face so you can't see him. So hold on. This is what Aiden do. I say, pick your business. He's way more than me. He go, mm-hmm. So I told him, I say, real estate then. You're doing real estate. And then I told Ashton, you got your author business, you doing real estate too. Then you got two businesses. Aiden got one. This is what I was doing. What I was really doing was I was telling Aiden, I don't care what you do, but we're going to do it together. And since your daddy do real estate, and since I don't want you begging some white man for a job, no offense, but I'm
you said that. I don't care. No disrespect to nobody, but you said that. Especially because we got to be honest about what this really is out here. You know, I come from where all you look around, it's that, you know. So, yeah.
I got black kids, and I have to talk to my kids as a black father, because I don't want you begging Ina for a job. You're going to do real estate. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what I'm really telling Aiden is I respect your silence. So be silent. And I said this yesterday, word for word. Monique, she'll attest. I said, you just go be a millionaire with real estate then. And then you can fund whatever the hell you want to do. Well, I didn't say hell. I said you fund whatever you want to do. I'm saying stay you, buddy. That's what I call my kids. Stay you, buddy. I call my boys buddy. I call my girl baby. Stay you, buddy. But get this money while you stay you. Now, out of Aiden, back to y'all. Y'all problem is you ain't you, allow me that colloquialism, and you ain't letting people around you be them. See, here's the deal. Here's what I know. Here's what Monique knows. If I try to change Ashton gonna reject that. Don't nobody like being force-fed. Force-feed anybody, they're gonna resist it. I can't change 8 and 50. That's a grown tree. Phil, you can't bend no grown tree. You know, you bend the tree, Susan, before they ate. As an E-I-G-H-T, not A-T-E, E-I-G-H-T. Before you number 8, numerical 8. You can't bend, you can't. How dare you go to your backyard and take that tree that was here before you got here and try to bend it? You don't bend no tree. You take a baby tree, Susan, and you bend it. I could still bend my daughter. She got like 343 days left so I could bend her. After that, I ain't gonna be able to bend her either because she's 7. She's about to be 8 July 2nd. I can't do nothing about that. My job is to, Monique's job is to know that Aiden, Ashton, and Aaron are doing the greatest, most perfect thing possible. And we need to shut the blank up while they doing the greatest, most perfect thing possible. Back to you now. My job is to know that Tracy ain't playing with her breakthrough. My job is to know that Jalen and William ain't playing with his breakthrough. And just know that they gonna get it. But if they don't get it, it's okay. Because time says they're gonna get it anyway. It just don't need to be in my present timeline in which I think Tracy need to get her shit together. Because if I think that way about time feel for me, I must automatically extend it to feel for him. I must automatically assume that Dion showed up right when she was supposed to. You know, listen to me. I say this to Grace and Deanna all the time. I'll be talking to Deanna about something, or I'll be talking to Grace about something, and one of them will call, and I say, you know what? You showed right up when you were supposed to hear this. Dion showed right up when she was supposed to hear whatever she was supposed to hear. And anything she missed, it wasn't her lesson. It was y'all lesson. Can I push that further? Let me get one of you Christians. Let me get Susan. Can I push that further? The Holy Spirit told Dion, wait a minute. Do this for right now. See, you don't want to hear. You see, you don't want to hear. Y'all out here trying to make people conform to your will. That's not how time works. Let me tell you how time works, Grace. You know how time works? You don't own it. So stop telling me what to do with it. I feel like I made some sense, Jerome. I feel like I made some sense. Okay. Ebony say I did. If Ebony say I did, because Ebony raw with it. If Ebony say I did, then I did. Stop telling Ebony what to do with her time. You don't own it. And stop telling me what I'm not going to be. You don't own my breakthrough or my time. And my breakthrough exists in my timeline, not yours, Antonio. Grace, share your screen. Share your screen, Grace. Share your screen.
Can I ask a question right there?
Yeah, you sure can. But we supposed to be share the screen. I guess we ain't gonna share the screen thing, Grace.
Well, I'm just because you just said about other people's time. We don't own time, so we can't be expecting other people to do what they want to do with their time.
Fastest way to be unhappy with your life is to expect other people to do what the hell you want them to do.
But what about the people that I guess that they don't respect your time?
If you become the person who respect your own time, these people wouldn't even exist in your reality.
That was a really good question. And I say that because you know it, but before it was like I had to teach people how to treat me. Now that I'm just exuding it in a certain way, they either know to or they know to not be in the path. And that was an eye changer for me personally.
A changer. Tracy, you right. Jenny, you right. Tracy's question goes back to what I said about you empaths. How dare you call yourself a Christian or a Muslim and you let somebody beat the hell out of you emotionally, spiritually, or mentally, or religiously? Religious abuse is abuse. If y'all don't know, I feel like I just hit a vein right there. Wait a minute. I need you to get that mental abuse, physical abuse, and emotional abuse ain't it. That's not the last of it. Religious abuse is probably the most common abuse. See, that ain't like that. Somebody right now going, you don't be taking my private conversation and using it against. Hey, what I'm doing this is I broke this up. Let me show you. I don't want nobody to think. Antonio picking on me. Okay. Here it is. Free will discussion. Okay. All of this. We covered all of this. Let's let me scroll down. And here's where we are now. Watch this here. Math that y'all don't know nothing about. Don't worry about it. Antonio's view of time. And then I have covered my abstract. I have covered my introduction. I told you about the general relativity when I was telling you about what's good for you don't mean it's good for everybody else. I told you about the discussion of quantum superposition, that you can get your breakthrough if you stop doing all that bull jiving, because all your breakthroughs exist all at the same time. You need to take it. I told you about the methodology, which using mathematical models, you can do a few things. Temporal non-linearity of time. When Tracy asked the question, I told her, Tracy, everything's connected. Stop thinking that you need to feel it out when that consequential. When I said 1 + 1 = 2, and then I said, and I literally told Ina, and Ina, I just tell you it's 3:30 because you tell me it's 3:30. This is when I said that was over an hour ago. Then I gave you the integration of consciousness and temporal reality. Let me explain the neuroscientific perspective on time, how the brain perceives time linearly, and I told you about the quantum relativistic underpinnings and the conscious temporal variable. I'll break it down when I told it to you. I literally told you, wait a minute, everybody. And that's when me and Jerome start going back and forth about Jerome. Tell him I ain't say that about Paul. And when I hooded up about what Paul said, hey, Jerusalem, man, that's when I appreciate you. That's when I did it. And right now we are her. That's how you say here in some parts of Texas, her. because I gave you this. So before you go, Antonio's talking about me. Sweep the blank out. And it was written before you got here. Now that we can continue, I want to talk about Elijah for a moment. There's a sacred text. You may have never heard of it. It's called the Bible. You know, little small, this little small startup thing, Laura, that nobody's really heard about. And in the sacred text, Phil has the prototype of the Bible. He's got the first version of it. You know, right? They just came out of that like last year. Like last year. Amazon made it up, by the way. Okay, Amazon made it up. In 1 Kings chapter 17, you meet a guy named Elijah. He's a Tishbite from Tishbe. I want to go back to some Tracy. Tracy said something so motor scooting told. Tracy said, you know what, y'all? I ain't gonna lie to you. I told Phil and Susan on the wins and challenges and comment. I've been fatigued for 2 weeks. Did y'all hear? I was here with Tracy. I was sitting in my skin when Tracy said it. This is my workout shirt. If you ever see me wear this, it means I've been working out. I told Tracy said, 2 weeks and all this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And what she basically said was, hell, Otis, I only moved and got surgery because the shit was hurting. Rewind, press play. And God uses pain to move you to the window of heaven that will pour you out a blessing in which you don't have room enough to receive. Okay. Now I got to break two things. I got to break two things
Antonio,
down. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Pain is for two reasons. Number one, it tells you to stop doing it. If you put your hand over the candle, it's the pain that tells you to move your hand. If you didn't feel pain, you'd have to wait till you smelled your flesh burning. Or it's God's way of pruning you for a greater harvest later.
Wow, that's right. And that's right where I'm about to go. God's way of pruning you for greatest harvest later is where I'm going with that. Tracy said, "Oh, pain, man. It was a bit of a pain." If Tracy wouldn't exhaust it, Tracy wouldn't have did nothing about being exhausted. Now she ain't got to worry about being exhausted in her 40s no more. She too young to be walking around exhausted. There was something in Tracy's body that her God wanted her to get rid of. And she wouldn't get rid of it because she didn't have the education to get rid of it. So God took 1 trillion decisions and took a whole insurance and let me work it this way. God took a transportation clerk who was having a bad day and said, I'm gonna have a good day today. And he rode Tracy to the surgery room. God took the person who cleans the room. I don't even know what you call them, Phil. And they put a 45-degree angle in Tracy's bed and sanitized real good and got rid of COVID. They was having a bad day before that, Jerome, but God made them say, ooh, I'm having a good day. So whoever cleaned Tracy's bed, sanitized it, whoever did the 45-degree hospital increase, whoever did the thing, whoever took our vitals, God made sure every 45 people that had something, even the billing and coding people, they had a damn good day before they touched his anointed. Let me say it that way. Touch not my anointed to do my prophet no harm. Tracy is anointed. And God said, hey, y'all get it together. My baby coming up in there. See, they ain't like that. They don't like when I talk like that, Dion. They don't like when I talk like that. Get that together before you touch my baby's sheet. Y'all out here thinking you're going through it bad. You're not going through no bad day. You're being pruned for something greater, as Phil Sorrentino said. Let me prove it. Here's Elijah. Now, what you may have missed, now this is not a Bible lesson. I'm just trying to show you, Antonio, how 6,000 years, 4,000 years ago, I got the math correct now. 4,000 years ago, there was a guy named Elisha in the divided kingdom of Israel. that went through something for me to talk about today. Forget the scripture of it. I just need you to know that ravens are selfish scavengers. They don't feed their young. And they damn sure don't feed humans. Put a pin in that. We're coming back to it. I need you to know, Laura, that ravines or brooks, the brook Kerith, the ravine Kerith, is only supplied by fresh rainwater. And if you skip a little bit, you figure out, Jerome, and Jerome will quote me on this, it was a drought for 3 years. The brook shouldn't even exist. Okay, you missed it. I'll do it again. Whatever Tracy believed in, said, Raven, serve my anointed. You missed it. For now, every time I say my anointed, put your name there. Raven, take care of Dion right now. You missed it. Brooke, I know you shouldn't be filled with water. Take care of Laura right now when I said it. They still missing it. I'm going to keep moving on, though, Grace. So the brook said, don't you leave Phil. Give Phil overflow. The raven said, don't you leave Deanna. Give Deanna overflow. Now, what I need you to receive is Elijah was a peasant, and peasants don't eat meat. If you don't know that, just check world history. And Susan, God said, oh, feed my peasant like a king. Now we got 3 things about this situation all messed up. We got meat to somebody who can't afford it. We got a brook running overflow that shouldn't even exist. And we got a raven. Ravens don't even feed their young. They eat their young. Serving Laura. And then you know what happened? You know why I know this text so well? Because it scares the hell out of me. And I mean it literally and colloquially. Because here's, I'm going to pull the mic closer. Here's what Antonio would have did, Susan. I got it made. Now remember, Elijah's only there, Laura, because he was running from Jezebel. Like, let's not forget the context of this. No. The most evil woman on the planet, according to have ever lived, according to that text, according to that sacred text. According to that sacred text, this man was running, and God showed up while he was running. See,
what you doing here, Elijah? What you doing here?
Now let me push that further. And then God goes, I ain't Tracy. Dry it up. This is now. Let's get to Tracy point now, Otis. And Tracy goes, God, no. I've been here 3 years. Look at my past glory. See? Look at my past glory. I was the original Kerith consultant. That's not. I'm playing with the play on words with the human consultants. That was the original Brooke Kerith consultant. I did all these things. Look at me. Look at me. But the brook dried up, though, Ashton. And you're saying, well, what that mean, Antonio? Let me tell you why this scares me so much, Grace, because Antonio has a bad habit of looking at God, what God has done, and thinking that's the only thing God can do.
Get out of my driveway. Watch yourself, Reverend. Okay?
Where's Damali at, man? Where? Antonio has a real bad habit of looking at what God has done and thinking that's the only thing God can do for me. And so how does God get Antonio to move? I need to teach y'all the difference between faith and superstition. faith is believing without evidence. Superstition is believing because you have evidence. Well, the last time I sat right here in this one seat, Ohio won the game. So I'm going to sit here again. I'm messing with Phil. O-H-I-O. Anyway, the last time I said, and faith is believing without evidence. Superstition is to have evidence. Well, as long as my jockstrap never gets washed, that's evidence. We win. And y'all out
We
here.
were outfit last year every Florida State football game, and we won. So I'll be wearing that outfit this year.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not even gonna mess with you with that because I know you're gonna be rooting for Florida State again, especially since you were a Florida State Seminole yourself. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you that Antonio out here. Whenever I say Antonio, I really mean Laura. Whenever I say Antonio, I really mean William. Whenever I say Antonio, I really mean Grace. Okay, I'm just saying my name because I don't want y'all to get offended. Antonio out here being superstitious, masquerading it as faith. So this is why this text scares the hell out of me, Laura. Because Antonio would have looked at all 3 years, and this is what I would have did. Phil, I swear to God, I would have did this. In fact, forget would have did it, kids. I still do the crap to this day, and I have to die to my flesh not to do it. Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. This is what I do. All right. No karma. I'm doing the right thing. If I just keep doing it, it's going to keep working. God says that is not how I work. So you believe if you keep doing this, Antonio, you are going to tell me how to bless you. Okay. Now I got to talk to Antonio like I talk to Jerome. Call Antonio again then. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it then. Since you think that's where your blessings come from, do it again. Do it again. I do it again. So y'all don't want to listen to that. That's all right, though. That's just me and Jerome. Y'all eavesdropping. Me and Jerome know what we talking about. See, Jerome, because the truth is, I look and I go, okay, last 3 years this worked. And now God ain't God. It worked is God. They not hearing me, man. God ain't God. What manipulated the circumstances to be is God. My credit is God. My good behavior is God, or whatever I'm using to manipulate. That's God. And let me tell you what happened in this text, Trinace. Elijah got comfortable. It's in the text. I dare you look at it. Elijah got comfortable. And God said, nah. Raven ain't coming no more. Water ain't coming no more. And I'm going to keep it real with you, Trinace. This is what Antonio would have did. Because I'm superstitious. I would have sat there, kids, hear me well. I would have sat there and I would have went, okay. Brook dried up. Raven not coming. I just need to get in alignment. I'm not even finna look at y'all because I'm finna look at y'all. I'm not even finna look at y'all. I don't even put my hand in front of my face. I just need to, hey, Raven's not coming. It's not coming. I just need to get in alignment. I just need to, okay, just stop. Just calm down. Get my vibration together. Because
Aiden, he messing with you, Aiden. He messing with you.
If I just get my vibration together, Susan, the Raven to come back. If oh, you don't want to act like I'm talking about you? Is that what you literally gonna act like you're not? I know everybody's story here. You literally gonna act, if I just get my vibration back, if I just meet the man I want, if I just get the certification, the Raven will come back and the water will come back. Oh, you don't want to hear me no more. They don't want to hear me no more. If I just if I
Bars.
it ain't
Bars.
what you just do. Thank you.
Bars.
Thank you, Damali. It ain't my manipulation. That's superstition. It's to have faith without evidence that if the brook dried up, move. Because the same thing God did there, God would do over there. if I can just, you know how many people I know that is only with a girl because they need a place to stay?
Man, them homosexuals everywhere, and it's starting to be a pandemic in this mug.
The hobosexuals is the way they call them. Can I flip the genders now? You know how many women I know are only with a man and dealing with a man because that's just where they live. And as soon as they get their money together, they're gone. You mother, all of y'all are failing Elijah's test. See, they don't like this. Here I go. This is gonna be this is gonna be like the 19th time today, Grace, that I didn't piss people off. Here I go. How dare you say you believe in God, but you need to get your money right, your faith right. And as soon as I collect this, then I'm gone. That ain't faith, that's superstition. Because if you really loved yourself, your ass would be gone.
Can you go deeper into that? Because I think
sure
that was
can.
extremely deep.
I sure can. Manipulation is not what get God to do manifestations. And every time you think you got to do something, and as soon as you get this accreditation and you get this together, that's manipulation. And you're telling God that I am manipulating you. You don't want to admit it that way, but let me say it a different way. You don't control your blessings, nor do you earn them. You vibrate at them. Your job is to be still and know that I am God. Your job. Go ahead, sir.
But if there's free will, you do control that, don't you?
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
I mean, I'm sitting in a high rise right now talking to you, right?
That's my famous answer to people when you say, how's that working out for you? How is your way? Y'all killed me. Y'all killed me doing something that you think is right. And it's been 5 years and it still ain't worked yet. And you think you doing right. You crazy. You don't believe in God the way you think you do. You're superstitious about God. You don't have faith in God. Superstitious or superstition is to believe because you see. Faith is to believe because you don't. But that's not in the Bible, Antonio. Blessed are thou who believe and have not seen. There I go again, Grace, making your doggone text make sense.
Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, not seen.
And the evidence of things not seen. That's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, if you don't know what he talking about. Talking about, that's Talm apostrophe B-O-U-T. Talking about. That's a technical term. Okay, talking about. That's a technical term. It's at least down here in the South. Talking about. Okay. Elijah moved. Now I want you to receive this. Elijah moved and went to the widow of Zarephath and cooked up so much flour that he never had to worry about food again. Jerome, please tell me if if I made this up, Grace, if you just.
No, you're not making it up.
See, the raven was his source, but he had to wait on the raven. But when the brook dried up, or to quote Tracy, when I was exhausted and pain came, I went and had surgery. Some of y'all need to have surgery on your ego. I don't understand how you think you're a good Christian or Muslim and you broke. I just don't get it. It just don't make no sense to me. It just don't. I'm an objective thinker. And objectively means I do not put my opinions in thinking. I look at the evidence. And the evidence of every sacred text says If you do what is written, you get what is believed.
Repeat that.
If you do what is written, you get what is believed. And if you are not getting what you, if you're not getting what you believe, all right, that's no problem.
Is
If you're
that
not
like
getting
division?
right, the Habakkuk 2 and 2 is where you at right now. And yes, right division make it plain. That's not superstition.
Because you get what you write.
The just shall live by faith. I can do this. Every time you say something, I can put something else you're talking about.
You just keep talking. Keep
Okay.
talking. You done struck something. Keep.
Hear me well. Ada, you look real good. You look like you got muscles, boy. You look like you got muscles. There you go. I can't see Ashton. Where's Ashton at? Where Ashton? Is the camera off? Or did the disconnect on? I can't see him. I can't see him. Okay. Oh, there you go. Look at Ashton. Y'all look at that pretty face of Ashton. Y'all look at him. 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 He up there, y'all, with the planet in the background. Ashton, look at him. He's sexy without even trying, y'all. You know you're sexy when you put on glasses and get sexier. You understand? Anyway, I'm saying that Elijah got blessed because he moved. And I'll prove it to you. But before I prove it to you, if you are currently broke right now, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. If you're currently broke for the last 2 days, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. If you're currently broke for a whole season, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. If you've been broke and you tried all you can try, and you believed all you could believe, and it's longer than a season, you got a problem and use the problem.
How long is the season though? Because seasons can be different lengths.
How long does God say a season is? What a great question. Let's talk about this. This is a great question. I personally like the Torah only.
Wait a minute before you go too far, before you move along. The thing is, we are getting what we believe. Indeed. You are getting what you believe.
All the time, every day.
So you can't say that if you're not getting what you believe, that you're not a good Christian. You're the best Christian you are because that's what your belief is.
I would absolutely agree.
And part of your belief is based on what you hear people say about the Bible, and you understanding what somebody else say that's not necessarily true.
That's better than what I've said so far the last 30 minutes.
That's somebody else's revelation, not your own revelation.
You just spoke better than everything I said in this whole class with that last part right there.
I mean, if you think about the Bible tells you don't think more than what is it? I'm not no Bible scholar, but they don't think more than what you are, whatever the verbiage is, and that makes people think that they less than, so they shouldn't think highly of themselves. So with that being said, when you connect that belief, you connect that thought process to a belief system. Because you don't think much of yourself, then you don't believe that you deserve the things that you want.
A lot of y'all got y'all faith in the Bible and you don't have your faith in God.
Reverend.
Okay.
Now let me get back to order my salada because them grilled cheese toast wasn't enough.
Okay. Hear me well. If you broke and it's new, ain't nothing wrong with you. Chill out. Ain't nothing wrong with you. If you broke and it's been 3 months, ain't nothing wrong with you. But if you've done all you can, Antonio, and the season is like a few years, just make sure. And if you think about your last relationship, that ain't work. And you think about your relationship before that, and that ain't work. And if you take a real audit of your life and you realize, I have the illusion of what was working, but the truth is this shit was falling apart when I didn't even know it. You a problem.
Explain.
It is time to be honest with yourself and start to properly receive that God is not punishing you. Your relationship with God is punishing you. Somebody else's view of God is punishing you. But God has never taken you anywhere to hurt you. Did I explain?
Can I put it a different way?
Yes, ma'am.
Or just how that relates to me specifically. So I always talk about my husband, but the course of the last 3 days made me realize that I'm the damn problem, not him. So this whole thing is so hilarious and right on time, because literally this afternoon, after we talked through what was going on, in my head, I was like, I'm cussing. I'm the motherfucking problem. It's me. It's not him. Because everything I'm accusing him of, when we sit down and talk through it, I'm actually doing it to him, thinking he's doing it to me, and he's not. I'm the fucking problem, not him. And I had to eat that. And I was so silent. He was like, baby, you're not saying anything. I said, babe, I don't have anything to say. You were right. I'm just digesting it all right now. I'm
Grace,
the problem, babe.
Grace.
I just realized today I'm the problem.
Wait, hold on.
As,
First off,
hold on, real quick.
hold on.
Grace,
We
as
need
the model was
applause
just
on that.
talking, let's clap for that. Let's everybody clap for that. She's right. She's right. Everybody clap. No. Unmute your mics. Let us hit
Yeah,
them claps.
that.
Let us hit a cat barking
The world
and a dog meowing.
And if you've been
That's
here
for
long
sure.
enough, you know how I be complaining about him, and I've been the problem the whole time.
The whole time.
But
Wow.
Antonio,
Now watch
Yes,
us
sir.
get rich.
Yes, sir.
But Antonio, what we got?
Hold on, real quick. Wait, Grace, do me a favor. After this class, you're going to enroll Damali into the personal credit repair and the business funding class. Okay. You're going to put her in it because blah, 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 blah. And she don't know that it's hot fire, super duper hot fire. Make sure she get up in it. You understand? Because she, as a wonderful wife, will fulfill anything that may not have been fulfilled. She know what I'm talking about. Amen. Okay, go ahead, William.
So what I get from all of this and everything that you said in the last almost 2 hours, is back to what I said a long time ago. We have to realize that God's grace is sufficient in everything that we do, but we have to believe that. In order to have grace, we have to have faith. In order to have faith, we have to believe, and we have to believe that we're already there. It ain't even like a process to get there, because God doesn't operate that way.
That's a fact. I mean, I can't. Okay. We're ending. I'm going to give you my closing thoughts. Antonio, so what you been talking about today? Time, and my view of it, keeps me calm. And all the stuff I've been telling y'all about, I don't get mad at my husband because what he doing, because my view of time says, everything is happening all at the same time, which means that my feelings about what is happening all at the same time, which means that I have got pastors all at the same time, which means I'm tripping. Because there's a better version of me that already fixed this, got past this. And this lower version of me is pissed at my husband.
Okay, right there, question, because
Talk to me.
you're saying
we're gonna go like 10 minutes over, but we good.
Ooh, I don't want us to go over. I just want
you
right
good.
there. So do we not address the situation because we just sit there and be like, oh, well, I know that the future me is going to get over it already. So I don't even get upset or emotional about the situation that's happening right then because I know that it's going to be okay.
Is the goal to be like your church, or is the goal to be like your Christ? How many times did y'all Christ address what Tracy just said?
He flipped over a table. I just want to say that.
No, that's fair. That's righteous indignation.
Know what?
That's because they were prostituting the word of God in the house of God. Tracy ain't talking about that.
But if we are God's, they should
Okay.
treat us as such, right? And if they're not treating us the way that
Negative. If you're a God and someone mistreating you, you're supposed to turn the other cheek 70 times 7. If you're a God and someone's mistreating Ina, you're supposed to stand up and flip a table. Did y'all see it? If someone's mistreating you, 70 times 7. If someone's mistreating Phil and you see it, flip a table.
So you don't turn the cheek, right? But don't address the situation. So then how do you ever move past it? Do you just forget about it and keep on moving?
Your problem, not your Antonio problem is Antonio think he got to address something to move past it. Let me help you, Antonio. You ain't got to address nothing to move past nothing. Let me help y'all out.
Choose to not participate.
Took the words right out of my mouth and said them better. Let me help y'all out. If Laura disrespect me, would y'all mind? Do you mind?
Laura, please disrespect him, please.
Oh, no, that ain't what I mean. That ain't what I mean. Somebody yesterday on this call, doesn't matter, or part of this call, whether they own it or not, I'm not checking. Part of this group royally effing disrespect me yesterday. It started at, what's the day? 15th? It started at 3:17, and I got, I'll quantify the messages into time. The first group of messages were over 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes and 3 seconds, 7 minutes and 3 seconds of messages. That's how long it takes to read. And these are my closing thoughts. The moral of Elijah's story was pain moves you to your breakthrough. That was the moral of that story. They royally disrespected me. So I said, my exact, I can't. Hold on. I want to I don't want you, just so y'all, I don't want y'all to think I'm a nice person or I'm lying. So I'm took a screenshot real quick. I'm going to crop out everything around it. And I'm only going to show you what I put. Okay. I'm going to crop out. In fact, I'm going to do that every time. I'm not going to show you because I don't want you to, I'm going to crop out everything around it. And I'm only going to show you what I said. And if you know anything about iPhone, I'm blue. I just saw a video on that. It was so deep. People are offended and sit there and don't do nothing about it. Yeah. For sure. So here's my message. After 6 minutes of royal disrespect, my message was, okay, all I can say is that we have bids out there in great amounts. The rest is unrespondable and definitely slanted. Nothing more I can say here. If you're right, then I have failed or I am failing. If I'm right, then you have jumped the gun and all is well. We're answering Tracy's question. Well, should you address it? We're going to see, Phil, if I ever addressed it. So now that we got that, let's go to, forget what they say is irrelevant, because this is not about making someone look bad at all. So then more messages, and I'm going to because I don't want you to think, well, he's just making himself look good. No, that's not enough. So there we go. Boom, cropped out again. New share. This time, yeah, we sit in our 10 minutes, but this time is interesting. So right here, and close this one. Bam.
You're not trying to make yourself look good. You're just giving us a behavior that we should practice.
That's 100% fact. I'm just giving it to you what it is. So their response was, uh, uh, their response was, a very long message, and it started off with, well, wait, it started off with, nope, not that. It started off with, well, if it's that simple, that's what it started off with, okay? Well, if it's that simple. So apparently my short response was terrible, okay? Then watch this here. So I went, well, I didn't say it was simple. I said I'm working very hard. I could show you, but nothing actually suggests that that would work here based on what you're saying. I'm not saying anything offensive intentionally, keeping my words short as not to offend. So obviously my military training kicks in, my ascension kicks in. Speaking sound bites, Phil, because you're not going to get my words twisted, narcissist. Not going to do that to me. So I'm going to give you only what I want to say. At this time, Monique say, you're right. So clearly, Phil, my mood changed. She's like, well, you want some pancakes? Because that's what Monique does. I shit you not. She cooked pancakes like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not even, that's not even a joke. I'm telling you, it's real. And I'm like, I can't even think. And I'm so flustered now, and I don't understand why. No, it's not 6. It is 3 something. I'm so flustered now that I don't understand why I'm flustered, because I never get flustered. So since I can't understand, I do the only thing I can do. I took a nap. Some of y'all missed it. Phil did not. I took a nap. I don't know. It wasn't 2 hours, but it was over an hour. I took a nap. And in my subconscious, while I was sleeping, I realized something. I know why I'm flustered, because there's a little part of me, there's a little bitty part of me, there's some little boy in me that needs to be validated for helping people. Now, hear me I'm being very transparent. I'm addressing Tracy, but she can address it. So I go, you know what? If we could just get one of these things to come through, man, everybody would be good, and I never had to hear this again. And that little boy in me, Susan, was fucking hurt. I didn't know it until I took a nap. But that idea, Jerome, of, damn, I'm out here killing it, son. You have no idea. That idea, and I'm not saying son as if this is this person's gender, because I just said hood talk. It could be a male, it could be a female. I go, oh, I get it. I'm hurt by this. I know what to do. Shut the hell up. That's what I did. See, when you're hurt, your response should be, shut up. Because nothing good comes from a hurt place. Somebody gonna learn that later, Phil. We try. We're trying all we can, Phil, to help them, but somebody gonna learn that later.
Okay.
So then,
okay.
No,
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, because I'm only doing this. It's only gonna take a few more minutes. You go ahead.
Case in point. A friend of mine just had a baby in this month. And she, you talk about it on Facebook, and I said, "Oh yay, another Leo! Congratulations!" Because I'm a Leo. And then she came on and said, I'm paraphrasing. She said, "Another kingdom baby, Grace, because we don't do that zodiac stuff." And I don't know why, and I had to sit back and I said, "Why am I offended at that?" And I had to really sit back, and I had to just reflect. I'm like, the stuff like that don't bother me no more. So what happened? And I just couldn't figure it out. So I just said, you know what? I just typed, "You show right." She hearted it. I just said, okay. So I didn't understand. Yeah.
I don't know why you was hurt, but they took your kindness and told you you're not saved while you were trying to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Just because you use a certain terminology. It's all good. It's all good. Although they worship a whole Bible that worship the zodiacs and were guided by the stars and the moon with they dumb ass. Just so we're clear. Okay. Keep going. If you don't believe that, read your Bible. You literally have an altar in your Bible because every religion on the planet started from witchcraft. You literally have offerings in your Bible because every religion on the planet started from witchcraft. There's 5 approved offering. I can keep going on and on and on, but if you think about how much your religion aligns with witchcraft, which you're trained not to like, only because it's propaganda, because anything brown you're not supposed to like, which is dumbass, then here's what happens. You literally begin to start calling what has been made clean unclean, and you become so ineffective for the kingdom that you're a demon claiming to be in church. I know you don't agree, but that's okay. How is you not agreeing with what I'm saying working out for your spiritual life, your relationship life, and your financial life? Because everybody who disagrees with me, you're not married, you're not blessed, you're broke, and you hate your life.
Satan is the accuser of my brother.
Simple as that. Okay. Now, because that's a vibration. Correction is a vibration. Anywho, so they sent another message, and the message says, I don't want to tell you what it said, but it said, blah, 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 what the message said. So I go, oh, yeah. In fact, I don't even want y'all to think I'm lying. Like, I'm so, Susan, I am so Antonio that it surprises me sometimes how much Antonio I am Antonio. It's crazy how much people would be like, blah, 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 blah. And I go, yeah, you probably just watch. Let me show you. Let me show you. So just know for whew, that's a scathing message here. Hold on. Oh, and then they ended it with, but I'm glad you're working hard though. You understand how evil you got to be to end it with? Okay. It was scathing. It was scathing. It was scathing. Basically, I changed. I hate them. Blah blah blah. Just I changed. I hate them. Blah blah. Blah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just know it was scathing. So when Antonio does, and this is about 2 hours later, I go, okay, I should probably respond now. So what I do is, don't worry about the second message. Let's look at the first one. I go, after all the, I hate you, Phil. I hate you, you stupid Phil. I go, yeah, you probably just need an update. Happens in other groups. Let me try to get you those messages. Okay. Let me tell y'all about Antonio. If you piss me off, 2 things are going to happen. I'm going to use my SAT vocabulary, and please believe I have it. Or I'm going to talk in incomplete sentences, Susan. Yeah, probably need this. Let me see. This is it. This is my tell. This is my tell. Now, what I did was, now this time I'm not gonna show you the second message. I'm gonna show you over here though. I purposely went to the group that I updated everybody in. So I got a group called D6 Core that nobody knows about. Nobody knows about it. Phil and Susan ain't in it because they don't need to be. You understand? I'm just telling you what it is. I don't have Phil and Susan in the core because I don't want Phil and Susan to work. And the core work they ass off. I'm just you don't believe me. I'm gonna show you. This they don't believe me. I'm gonna show you. Let's just, you probably can't see let's see everybody who responded. Anne Marie, work her butt off. Ina, work her butt off. Grace, work her butt off. Sonia, work her butt off. Dion, work her butt off. Pastor Tony, work his butt off. Ebony, work her butt off. Kenneth, work his butt off. Lindsay, work her butt off. I don't want Phil and Susan in the group because Phil and Susan ain't supposed to be working. They're supposed to be golden parachuting. So here's what I said. Hope this message finds you well. Now, this is August 13th. The messages I got on my phone happened August 14th. Hope this message finds you well. As part of our ongoing efforts, I've compiled the total cost of our recent project bids. Below is a detailed breakdown of the grand total of bids I have sent off. Call center, initial year, $5,295. Every year after that, $4,675. Call center Virginia Tech field, the Virginia Tech, $1.15 million. Every year after that, $1 million. MSI HBCU, it's a whole government contract thing that Dion did. $200 million is the total bid. Well, initially, and then $333,000 and all this equipment, blah, 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 blah. For a grand total of $370 million that I have done, Jerome, for this company by myself to make sure everybody here has a job and has a paycheck. And all these supportive, hardworking people said, thank you so much, Antonio. I sure appreciate you using motor scooting. Now watch this here. So I said, oh, you know what? I appreciate you. I said, you know what? After they just cussed me to smoke, well, they cussed me out intellectually. I said, you probably just need an update. So then what I did was I go, hope this message finds you well. I just copied and pasted what I sent. But here's what I did. What I made sure was I sent a screenshot to the person of the actual line group because I did not want them to think that I just like made that up. We're still addressing if Tracy should be addressing people.
Pulled it out your ass.
Well, yeah. You know, you got to make sure that you're wrong because you know, motor scooters be thinking you be motor scooting. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that's what they think, Jerome. They be thinking you be motor scooting around. I ain't got about time for that. So what I did, since you just read it, I went and I hope you hear this. This is how you address people. So you just read the message, but I showed it. I showed it. And I wanted the person to see D6 core so they know you're not in the fucking core. That was on purpose. I did that on purpose. I could have cropped it. I didn't want to. Now, I'm sorry. The message under that says, sent this yesterday at whatever time. Let me tell you something. This person had 45 minutes of messages for me. I'm not joking. 45 minutes of messages for me. And when I showed them, oh, by the way, $370 million of work I'm doing for your ass, they did the little iPhone thing and they thumbed it. Had nothing else to say. So I said nothing. Nothing at all. Now, I told myself, okay, I'll respond later. So I waited a whole 24 hours, Phil. And then this time, I'm going to screenshot. And I'm going to read it to you, though, but I want to screenshot it so you know I'm not joking. But let me just crop out because this isn't my goal is to make anybody look bad, but I want to screenshot to Laura so Laura know I don't play. I want to screenshot to Jerome so Jerome know I don't play. I don't get mad. I don't argue. I don't do none of that. If I tell you we ain't doing this no more, you better ask my friends. If I tell you we ain't doing this no more, we not doing this no more. All right, yeah, whatever. You ain't gotta believe me. I shit you not. There's nobody here. Monique has told me such and such died, and I tell her, Let me unmute my mic. Let me unmute my mic. Monique, please, no. Get on the mic and tell them what I say. I don't think they can hear you. Come over here. Come over here and say it. I don't think. Can y'all hear her? All right, come over here. You may have got the mic muted. Come over here. If somebody die that has been utterly disrespectful, no, come over here. All right, come wrench around and wrench it off. This how I am. I love everybody, but I ain't never, Susan, gonna put myself in a situation in which not you, Susan, but y'all, like second person plural, go make me uncomfortable. Now, go ahead. Tell them if. Tell them what I say. Thank you so much. I'm not paying no respects to somebody. Come closer. Come closer.
He's not going to their funeral.
Now, hear it again. Say it loud because she ain't got no voice. Say it like
he's not going to the funeral.
Okay, we heard you that time. I ain't going to a funeral. Here's how I split up life. This is how I split up life. I kid you not. Will I drink a beer with you? Yes. No. That's how I split you up. After I drink a beer with you, Jerome, I got another question. Will I go to your funeral if you die? I'm not going to everybody's funeral. You crazy as hell. You just died ungloriously. You will be okay. This is what it is. So she has seen me, family members. I'm not going to your funeral. I'm not mad. I just don't respect your vibration. And I want nothing to do with it. I love your soul, but I would not participate in your vibration, even in the afterlife. Not while I'm living. In the great of the greats, we're going to be all one. But when I'm on earth, that's on you, baby. That's not on me. You better start respecting that. So I know you don't agree with it. It's okay. You don't have to agree with it. My question to you is, how's that working out for you, though?
I agree fully because I didn't go to my cousin's funeral for the same reason. Growing up, she was a terrible human being to me. And my other cousin who hung out with her and didn't defend me and do anything about it was like, hey, such and such died. And I was like, huh.
You understand. So just so we're clear, and this ain't, I'm not mad at all. Just so we're clear, here's the first message I sent today. Let me first say, I do trust you. Okay, stop there right there. And then here's the second, I'm going to read it to you, though. Here's the second message I sent. I'm going to read it to you. Here's the second message I sent. I'm going to read it to you word to word, and we'll be out of here in 5 minutes. Here's the second message I sent. Close that. So you see a big piece of the first one. The second message I sent, my last words here now. Just know after I said these my last words, I got I got 13 minutes of messages. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. 13 minutes of messages plus 1, 2, 3 other messages that I can't even begin to explain to you. I just can't even do it. So I got a total of almost 17 different messages after I said I ain't talking. People in narcissistic abusive relationships, when you set a boundary, stand on it. It's going to hurt. They're going to make sure it hurt for a year. Stand on it. Now, let me help you. The reason I didn't show you those messages, I'm going to read them to you word for word. Because now, Phil, it's my conversation now. I showed you their conversation. It's my conversation now. Out of the blue at 15:42, so 3:42, I text this here. No, it's not 3:42. Yeah, 3:42. Let me first say, I do trust all the sinister Grace. You know what, Grace? Just so they know I'm not motor scooting around. You read it, Grace. Because I don't want, because people are gonna be like, man, he just making it. You read it, Grace. And you read it like it's in your text message. You ain't gotta share the screen. Okay. Just unmute your mic and read the message I just sent to you.
Okay. Okay. Let me first say, I do trust you. Let me secondly
Pull
say,
your mic a little
based
closer,
on,
Grace. I want them to pull your mic
I'm
closer.
sorry. Let me first say, I do trust you. Let me secondly say, based on all your messages to me yesterday and every single one you have ever sent on these issues, I don't expect you to like my audio to you or this text, but it is happening nonetheless.
Stop, Grace.
Which now
Stop. I
goes,
forgot about the audio.
oh,
I forgot. Stop, Grace. I left something out. I left something egregiously out. I sent the audio message because I didn't want to be misconfused, William. I didn't want, text man. You can't. No. It was 4 minutes and 35 seconds, Phil. Remember, I'm Mr. Soundbite. I soundbited for 4 minutes and 35 seconds. This is what my message said. Well, I'm not passive. Your passive aggression is passive, but I'm not. I've noticed that 4 times that I can count, that every time you thought that I was failing or failing you, you killed me, you crucified me, and you pass it off as some wisdom. Yet all 4 times, when I then send you proof, you never have nothing to say. You thumb it up or you ignore it. So I've noticed that you got plenty to say, Antonio. I'm not using that name, my name. You got plenty to say when you think I'm failing. But you never have nothing to say when you see I'm not. I find that interesting and quite narcissistic. So I want you to know that I noticed that, and I'm putting you on notice. We won't be doing that no more. Now, that was my message. Grace, read the message now. It's two more messages. You're gonna read one, and I'm gonna send her another one, and we done. Read the message, Grace.
which now goes back to this statement I made yesterday that you responded terribly to, in which I did not match your energy.
I did not.
If you are right, then I have failed or am failing. If I'm right, then you have jumped the gun and all is well. If I'm right, then you have jumped the gun and all is well. This clearly states that I have nothing but forgiveness for you and your misjudgments of me, my motives, or whatever you desire to call it. It clearly states I forgave you for thinking ill of me before you ever thought to do so. It also clearly states that I have a very keen grip of my emotions and judgments. Should you desire to actually talk to me, I'm here. I know far more than I ever say, and I never respond to any of it. We win, we praise him. We lose, we praise him, but we praise him anyhow. Come on, Coach.
Jerome. Come on, Coach. Don't let this cussing fool you.
That was amen.
The Lord.
Oh, that was an amen right there.
Listen, we win, we praise him. We lose, we praise him. But we're going to praise him anyhow. Now, this time, there's one more message. It's just one more message. It's just one more message. I want you to see that because I didn't want you to think we're answering Tracy's question. Should you address? Notice, Tracy, I didn't address nothing until I felt like it. After I knew my motives were correct and I knew the little hurt me wasn't talking for me. I'm going to take a screenshot this time because this one's short. I'm going to take a screenshot this time. Let me just allow me to allow me to crop. Just give me a chance to crop. There we go. Now I'm gonna read this time, Grace, because this is we're closing now. My last words here. The rest you can call me on. It's up to you. As I patiently listened to you and waited until the proper time to respond, I am very available for you via phone or Zoom for us to talk. You can record it if you desire. But I have said my last words of what I will say. While you control this situation, because no one on this planet but me is doing 370 million worth of work for you without asking for anything in return, in which I am not. Respectfully, put some respect on my love for you, because it is certainly love that you are shitting on. $100. Now, am I telling you how great I am? That's you, your program, and your perception. Grace, time me for 5 minutes because I'm going to push this. Tracy, everybody respectably, I ain't addressed nothing that person said until today when I felt like it. And when I addressed it, I said, these my last words. I ain't responded to a single text. And you may think they not here. I'm talking about how they back. I told you they part of this call. Just so we're clear. I ain't never said nothing. I'm like Phil. I ain't never said nothing behind nobody back. I'll say it to you. So hear me very, very, very well. What I won't do is vibrate at your frequency, and I damn sure won't vibrate at your doubts of me, because whatever you got going on in your life, I did not create. But here's what I know. I know 13 people in that court, Phil and Susan, which me, Phil and Susan had a wonderful, goosebump, positive conversation about 2 weeks ago. They know exactly what I'm about to wrench around and do for them. And you mother scooters ain't getting it. No offense, Jerome. You deserve it, but you ain't feeling Susan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm not okay. Just what it is. Just what it is. Okay, just see what it is. But you got something
Antonio,
else.
you know I
To
love
me,
me some Phil and Susan. Go
well,
on, do
all
what you
right,
got
then.
to do.
You understand? What Phil and Susan gonna get ain't what none of you getting. Shucks. And I didn't mean shucks. We got about 4 minutes left. Tracy, should you address stuff? Nah. Did I address it? Yes and no. No, I did not address it yesterday. I just responded. See, I responded to them in sound bites for 2 reasons. For one, or 3 reasons. One of them was ego. I'm never going to run from your complaints. So that's ego. Then that's ego. I'm not running. I stand in this. I stand on this. And I die for this. And you're not fit to make me run. I'm not scared of nothing, and I damn sure ain't scared of your fucking doubts. It's not happening. That's ego. The other 2 reasons was I wanted to honor the person by responding instantly, because you don't have someone hurting and then go silent on them. That's abusive. If you cannot handle your emotions and respond to people, you're not emotionally intelligent. You're emotionally abusive. Being silent because you miss somebody, being silent because you're processing is abusive. And I don't want to do any of y'all that way. Just because I need to think don't mean I need to be silent to you while I think. I need to communicate to you that I need to think. And if I'm silent, please tell me to say something, because I'm hurting inside and I don't know what to say to you, but I'm thinking right now. What I am not supposed to do is go silent on you. That's abusive. That's manipulative. That's the 4th law of power, to say less, to have power over people. And I didn't want to do that to that person. And the 3rd reason was because I wanted them to know that I honor your disagreement with my leadership. My job is not to agree that Laura likes me or dislikes me, or agree that Ina or Susan likes me or dislikes me. My job is to fucking listen. It is not to correct you while you're holding me accountable. My job is to be accountable. And it's to be accountable to Tracy without telling her how I'm flipping it around on her. If Tracy has a problem with me, It is my job to listen and be accountable. It's not my job to narcissistically tell her how she hurt me and give her narcissistic rage. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, is more violent than a narcissist that's been told they wrong. I dare you prove me wrong. That's DSM-5. So the reason why I did this is because I knew I had to address the situation, but I addressed it in my timeline. What was my timeline, Tracy? Not when I had a time, when I knew God's motives and my motives were in sync. And if that didn't happen today, it would have happened 6 months from now. If it ain't happened 6 months from now, it would happen 3 years from now. And 3 years from now, I'll come to Tracy and I'll say, you know what, Tracy, 3 years ago. So if it take me that long, I don't address nothing. You know why I don't address nothing, Grace? Because I ain't supposed to be addressing. God is. And I have to be very careful of how I look at Dion and get mad at Dion when God ain't mad at Dion. I'm mad at Dion. I'm done in 120 seconds. But please know, Laura, I set the boundaries. Whoever this person is, they can't talk to me until they call me. And you know you innocent when you tell a motor scooter, record that shit. Do you understand how gangster you gotta be to tell somebody, let's record it? But you know what a narcissist would never do? Record it. Because a narcissist must have the reputation that they're good and holy and acceptable. Because their reputation is everything, not their character. Nobody cares about their character. A narcissist don't care about their character. They care about their reputation. So they're going to make sure that they look good in front of their mom and their family, whoever they care about. But as soon as they leave there, they're going to mess you up. So I said, record this joint, Thomas. That's not this person's name. Why? I got about 90 seconds. Why? And I promise I'm going to respect the 90 seconds. Because I understood two things. And they're very simple. Self and other self. Those are the two things I understood. You missed it. I'll do it again. There is no Ina. There is no Kenneth. Kenneth is other Antonio. And I understood that other Antonio was being God at a vibration that I don't resonate with God. Still God, but I don't resonate with that version of God. That's some other God. That's a poverty God. I don't resonate with that God. So, other Antonio, these are my last words to you. And then until you jump on my vibration and have the balls to call me, what we're not going to do is have me come to your text messaging platform to where I feel bad about my life and I got to keep taking naps because I can't make money for feeling Susan fucking napping. I know you ain't like the F-bomb, but it's accurate. I cannot make sure Jerome and his wife, who he covers very well, is good when this person is throwing me off a vibration. Tracy and everybody who had this question, who you love? The validation of the person who never gonna fucking believe you? Or God? You missed it. I'll say it without the curse word. Maybe you'll get it this time. My job is not to trust. My job is not to convince Tracy how I'm right about how she's mistreating me. My job is to convince God that I love me like I love you. Therefore, Tracy will fade away because she's mistreating me. And that is the realest thing I've said in 2024. My job, I'm done, Grace, is to know Tracy's mistreating me and go, God, I love you so much. You love me too, huh? Tracy mistreating us. Let's love each other so she can fade away. Antonio T. Smith Jr. I told you 2 minutes, I wouldn't lie. You can play better. You can dominate. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Or more.
Love you more.